Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Chris Rao. I am the principal of Lewis Mills High School, the very proud principal of Lewis Mills, and thank you for joining us this evening. If we could just start with a quick round of applause for Mr. Deeb, Mr. Riccio, and Mr. Moll. Thank you for that very wonderful jazz ensemble to greet you as you all came into the auditorium tonight. And now, if I could ask you to please rise as we welcome our central office administration, our first selectmen, members of the Board of Education, and the faculty of Lewis Mills High School. And now, the moment I know you've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lewis S. Mills class of 2023. welcome in the class of 2023. If I could please ask you to remain standing as the Vice President of the class, James Gregorczyk, comes up to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I will call up Mariah Russo and Jaden Ubitis, who will perform the national anthem. I apologize for getting Alexa before, but Alexa Emery and Ian Cutlin-Markowicz will be signing.
Bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very nicely done. And now, to welcome you tonight, oh, sorry, you may please be seated. Thank you. And now to welcome you tonight, the President of the Class of 2023, Mr. Chad Cassidy.
Good evening, faculty, teachers, family, friends, and the class of 2023. And thank you for attending and for being gracious enough to give me an opportunity to speak to all of you. It has been a pleasure to serve as class president, and I'd like to begin this speech by thanking my fellow class officers, student body, and all the faculty who helped us along the way. Before I begin, I'd also like to add, vote Chad Cassidy for president in 2040. When I began to write this speech, I asked my parents for guidance and inspiration, and my mom told me, "Chad, you haven't started yet? We're about to leave for the ceremony." But after contemplating, I figured I would choose a topic that nobody could have possibly gotten tired about hearing for the past 3 years, COVID-19. There, I mentioned it, and I promise that's the last time we ever have to hear about it. Actually, after reflecting, I thought I would talk about a memory from my high school experience. Over April break, a group of classmates and I went on a school-sponsored trip to a handful of national parks in the Southwest. And for most of us, it was our first time in the area. One of the parks we visited was the Zion National Park, which I had been told was gorgeous, and the one I was most excited about. Due to my excitement, I didn't get a good night's sleep before, but my roommate's snoring didn't help much either. We were supposed to do a hike through a river called the Narrows, but due to this runoff from the melting snow, it got canceled. So instead, we were given 3 choices: an easy hike to the entrance of the Narrows, a moderately difficult hike to some waterfalls, and a hard hike to a summit called Scouts Landing. I chose the hard hike because I felt I might not have an opportunity to go to Zion again. So, might as well make it worth my while. And the hike started off pretty well, but once we got about 2/3 up the trail, I was exhausted, whether it be from the heat, the lack of sleep the night before, or just the strain from the hike itself. And as I sat there catching my breath, the group I was with moved up ahead of me. And I began to reflect. I had chosen this hike not because it was easy, but because I felt it would be the most rewarding experience. So I retied my boots, stood tall, and coaxed enough strength to continue just past the next bend, then the next bend, and then the next, until eventually there was none left to climb, and I had reached the summit. Ironically, as the group went past me was just about to leave. But once I reached the edge of the cliff, I stood in awe, ignoring the burning of my legs or the fact that it was near impossible to catch my breath, only focusing on the river flowing beneath me and the array of colors that painted the mountains, and the breathtaking view. Literally. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "It is hard to fail, but it is worse to never have tried." As we go forward in life, there will be times when you feel beaten, exhausted, and quitting seems like the only reasonable thing to do. When these moments arise, you must ignore that reason. You overcome your exhaustion, and you raise yourself to a level where you will be unstoppable in pursuit of your goals. If you quit at the first sign of danger, or the first time doubt crosses your mind, you will never succeed and never grow. But if you pour every ounce of strength into your attempt and only allow yourself to stop when you have nothing left to give, success will become a familiar face to you. During our time at Mills, we faced unprecedented challenges and obstacles. Looks like I'm going to have to break my promise quickly. COVID, as well as other unique circumstances. But each time a new challenge arose, we pushed through whatever was thrown at us like another bend in our trail on the way to the summit. If you keep this mentality of perseverance and determination, as you carry on whatever trail life takes you down, and always put one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward, then I promise the view of your summit will be spectacular. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Very nicely done. All right, the next speaker is our Class of 2023 message. Each year we hold a competition open to all members of the class. We had a very competitive group this year, but this young lady really stood out. I'd like to welcome to the microphone Olivia Ciccarelli.
Good evening, Class of 2023. I'm honored to be one of the commencement speakers here today. I want you to know that I'm not here to talk about how amazing Mills is, though, or how everyone in the entire universe should go here because it's the best place on earth. I'm not here to go on and on about all the fun I've had at Mills and give a cliche speech about how high school is the best moment of our lives. I am here to express one thing and one thing only: my gratitude. I'm just going to say it because I know we all think it. Today's generation is selfish. We are selfish. We are so absorbed in the pointless aspects of life that we so easily lose touch with reality. I ask myself, what is high school? The so long-awaited chapter of our lives that we have been dreaming about since we were kids, with our entire future in the palm of our hands. Life was simple, and life was easy. I confidently say, well, high school is a confusing place with a bunch of confused kids who are trying to find a place in this world. That's it. We are just lost kids in a discombobulated world that are being told how and when we should be living our lives. Well, I'm glad to say that is how I felt and not how I feel anymore. We have spent all of our lives being told high school goes by fast, so just enjoy it. But enjoy what? The endless amount of work and getting up at 6 a.m. every morning? Doesn't sound like much to me. But I was wrong. As young adults in this world, we desire to have one thing in our life, a constant, something we can go on to and never let go of, something we can go back to when we are at our highest highs and our lowest lows. You want to know what our constant is? Whether you want to believe it or not, it is the place we call Lewis Mills High School that so peacefully sits on the hill of Spielman Highway. As strange as it sounds, the odd stenches of the hallways as I walk in every morning and the bathroom stalls that don't lock give me comfort. The fact that I can walk into school every day seeing Mr. Rouse face greeting us all outside when we're in the middle of a snowstorm brightens my day. Or the fact that Mr. C stands outside his door between every passing period just to say hi to everyone and act like the celebrity he thinks he is. I leave class walking the same hallways every day, wondering what life will be like when these hallways are gone. I wonder what life is like beyond the four walls of Lewis Mills. We can say that we can't wait to get out of here, but we know that deep in our hearts, we are home. If you had asked me just months ago if I'd be best friends with my entire grade, I would probably say you're crazy. I would envision ourselves in our own little groups, in our own little bubbles, being antisocial with one another, like a bunch of children that were just thrown into preschool. But something clicked and something changed. Now, if you take just one step into the courtyard, you'd see a happy family playing spike ball until someone was about to jump through a window, or kids brainstorming for hours what our senior prank should be, only praying we won't get in trouble, or arguing because we can't decide what day senior skip day should be. But now, you'd see a family that fights like a battle at the rec soccer games, or screams like there's war at pep rallies, or a group of kids that are just happy to be with one another because they know their time together is almost over. If these past years have taught me anything, it's the fact that we all must live in the now. We are so caught up in what has been done in the past that we forget what we have just at the tip of our fingers. I live every day for myself, my family, my loved ones, and the people we have lost along the way. The class of 23 has seen it all. We have seen a life of pandemics, a life of tragedy, and a life of heartbreak. However, I invite you to recognize that we still have one thing that nobody can take away from us, and that is each other. I look back at my time at Mills, and I envision a world where one of us becomes the President of the United States, or another one of us becomes a pop star and builds a big happy family that we can all share Sunday breakfast with. So, what is now? What is beyond the four walls of Lewis Mills High School? Freshman Liv would be telling herself to be scared, to be timid, and to run in the opposite direction where her destiny was so peacefully awaiting. Now, Senior Liv is confident in the fact that we have made it. We have conquered one of life's greatest battles, and we have done it together. While I am sad to let go of the security of high school, I am proud to say that we have reached one of the most remarkable moments of our lives. And I am fulfilled with the fact that I can say I did it with my best friends of the class of 2023.
Every single year at this point in the program, I always end up issuing an apology because I'm calling up a member of the Board of Ed to speak after two students that just did such an amazing job. But I now welcome to the stage Mr. Scott Regalia, the chairman of the Board of Ed.
I have an hour and 15 minutes, right? Well, we lucked out because I talked to my kids today. My 11-year-old at Harvard said no matter what I do, she's embarrassed she's not coming to school next year. My son, who's the oldest, said don't espouse the virtues of vestibularity and doing a 72. And my daughter, who's the middle one, said don't do Boss Roman without the sunscreen. So those things are off the table. As Olivia mentioned, this is a chapter in your life. One chapter, no more, no less. That chapter for some of you has been a fall. Sometimes it's been a struggle. High school's not easy. Being a kid is not Being a teenager is not easy. But no matter what, this is only one chapter. Second thing, all of you will find your passion and find your stride at a different point in time. For some of you, math equations, the foreign language. At a point in your life, it's going to be easy. All of a sudden, the light bulb goes off, and what seems so hard becomes so easy. That will happen with each and every one of you. The third thing, something your parents know, your teachers know, the entire administrative team know, each and every one of you are gifted. You are brilliant. Find what you're brilliant in. You show signs and flashes of it, your parents see it. Figure out what makes you special, what gives you a competitive edge, and allows you to do something that no one else can. And each and every one of you has that ability. Test the boundaries. Try to figure out what it is. Region 10, your education here was a foundation. If you're going off to college, if you're going into the military, if you're going into business. Whatever you do, this is just a foundation. You should never stop learning, because that's what gives you the edge. I was going to be a doctor, and up until my third year of college, I thought I was going to be a doctor. There's a course called Advanced Organic Chemistry. I don't know why, in God's green earth, that course was ever created. But it was the bane of my existence. And all of a sudden, everything crumbled. The next semester, I took a macroeconomics class and a finance class. I've never had a math class, never had a finance class, never had a finance class or macroeconomics class. The numbers were just coming. I was seeing things without using a calculator. And yes, when I was in college, we had calculators. But it was a gift that I found. Find your gift. Now, the last thing I want to leave you is something that's going to be the most important trait, the most important thing that you could take with you for the rest of your life. And you've been practicing and learning it ever since you were a child. Your parents instill it in you. Don't always listen, guys. And that is maximize your character. Because that is the big differentiator in life. Do what you say you're going to do. Make a promise, hold through the promise. If you're going to deliver, deliver. Be honest. Be a good friend. Be a good worker. Do all the things that people trust you to do. C students, that will make you look like an A student. A students, if you do that, you're going to be untouchable. In life, people don't always deliver on a promise. Character is a big differentiator in this world. And the people who show character, the people who deliver, the people who can count on are the ones that always get ahead. Because those are the ones you want to surround yourself with. Those are the players you want on your team. That's the important things as you look forward in life. There is something else to put in perspective. I know you must have an iPhone. Probably not right now. Look up something called The Station. And that is just kind of a poetic music on what's important in life. And sometimes in life, we focus on the end goal. And we're so focused on that end goal that we forget to enjoy the journey. We're always talking about when I graduate from college, or when I get married, or when I get my job, or when I buy my house, or when I buy the fancy car. That's not the important thing. It's the experience that you have and the memories that you have that you create along the way. Your life is your book. Write one that is spectacular. On the behalf of the Board of Education, your parents, Chris Rao, the entire administrative team, your teachers, we hope your life is spectacular. And we look forward to seeing your victories and hearing about everything you've done. And the Rule 72 and the sunscreen is not going to be here. Class of 2023, congratulations.
Thank you, Scott. Our final student speaker of this year, we held a second contest. This is a new one for Lewis Mills. We took the group of students with the highest GPAs. I called them together and asked them, or invited them to submit a speech. And our winner this year and our scholar speech this evening will be given by Alexis Ozowicki.
Good evening, everyone, and hello. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Alexis Ozowicki, and I'm a member of the graduating class of 2023 here at Mills. It's an honor to be here today speaking before you. To begin, I want to say to all of you graduating seniors, you're getting the chance to go out into the world and make a big impact on the lives of others. It's not always going to be a job that you love or a family that is close to you that will be waiting for you when you get to the other side. But you'll be surrounded by people who are going on with their lives and making a difference. So congratulations on your graduation, and let me stop there. If that speech sounded a little bit weird, it's because what I just read to you was not my speech, but rather it was a speech that was written by an AI. All I had to do was type in the words graduation speech, and everything was done for me. Isn't it crazy that today, all a student needs to do is feed a prompt into a computer and it does the work for you? Education is changing. And although we are graduating, that doesn't mean that this won't affect us. Think about all that has already changed over these past 4 years. Our high school journey has certainly been anything but normal. We began our high school careers with a year cut short by COVID. Sorry, Chad. And now as we end this era, half of us are walking around with the Snapchat AI in our pockets. The world is changing so fast. So how are any of us supposed to keep up? Whenever I hear discussions about the future and change, I can't help but think back to the middle of my sophomore year, when Mr. Geraci had each of his students tell him what they wanted to do after high school. I remember saying I wanted to study English and write, perhaps be a journalist. His advice to me and to each of his students was the same. Think about how your goals are going to look in the future. What is going to be different about your desired career or area of study? At the time, I could never imagine something like ChatGPT, but here we are. Now, it's tempting to look at all of this change and feel overwhelmed. How do you think I felt when I decided that I wanted to pursue writing, and a few years later, I heard about ChatGPT and how it can write novels in seconds? Not too great. Change is scary, there's no doubt, but it's inevitable. We cannot think of change as an insurmountable obstacle, but rather as a sign to grow and adapt. If high school has taught me one thing, it is that mindlessly following the path will get you nowhere. As we head into the future, we must pause from time to time to think if the path we are on is the best one. Graduation is our sign to do just that. It can be both an exciting and frightening time, and as we head forward, we will all eventually stop and find ourselves asking the same questions that ran through my head sitting in Mr. Geraci's classroom. What am I supposed to do next? What is my future going to look like? My answer to those questions is, I don't know. And the truth is, I don't think anyone ever truly knows. All we can do is what we think is best. But I'm not too worried about this group of students. As I look around this room tonight, I'm amazed to think about the different paths we're all about to take. I commend everyone who's off to work and develop their careers. Everyone who's ready to defend the country. Everyone who's planning to pursue their higher education in college. And everyone who's taking this next step undecided. Because at the end of the day, each and every one of us is off to explore a new journey, one full of hope and opportunity. And that is what the future is all about. Now, I don't have much time left for the speech, so in the wise words of Mrs. Mandel, I will try not to say in 2 words what can be said in 1. On that note, it may be sad to see everyone go their separate ways, and while it's easy to think of this day as an end of eras, a goodbye to the past, we must not forget that it's also a beginning. And of course, that sounds a bit cliche, but I also thought it was cliche when my freshman year link leader told me that the next 4 years would feel more like 4 days. I didn't believe her then, but now looking back, I know she was right. And I can't wait to see what the next 4 years, 4 days, or even 4 hours will hold for us. Thank you to all of the teachers, counselors, families, friends, faculty, and staff who made this all possible for us. And a special thank you to the class of 2023. Congratulations, everyone. I'll miss you all next year.
I'd just really like to thank Alexis, Olivia, and Chad for three such wonderful messages, and Mr. Rodeo. But the students did an outstanding job representing this class and the amazing, just identity that they have formed for themselves over the last 4 years. I'm now just going to take a couple of minutes to present this class. We are almost there, I promise. The diplomas are coming very soon. So, good evening, class of 2023. Families, friends, Board of Ed members, administration, and LSM teachers. The journey for this class has certainly followed a winding road. I remember meeting with most of you back in the fall of 2019, when you first started at LSM. In groups of 5, you came down to my office, often a little intimidated by being called down to see the principal. And we talked about what you hoped high school would be like, and how you were enjoying your first couple months at Lewis Mills. My memories of these meetings are of an energetic group with a lot of excitement for high school classes, sports, and clubs, and a surprising number of students named Olivia. Little did we know during these meetings the many challenges ahead of you. We had no way of knowing you would walk out the door in mid-March of 2020 and head into remote learning for the next 3 months. We had no idea that your sophomore year would include one-way hallways, desks in the cafeteria, some students eating lunch at Harvard, and many rounds of contact tracing. Although your junior year began to approach something much closer than normal, it was also a year that was marked by the tragic passing of one of your own. I want to take a minute now to share with you some beautiful words that Avery Zaleski's parents sent to me that last week and asked me to share tonight. We want to express our sincere appreciation to all of you for the overwhelming love and support we have received during the past 20 months. We vividly remember watching Avery graduate preschool as a member of the future class of 2023. That moment is like a photograph in our minds. High school graduation day seemed so far away then, but here we are. Since those preschool days, we shared so many special moments together. Those moments, no matter what they were, big or small, are now the most precious gifts to us. As you venture beyond high school, choose to be present in every moment, like tonight. Life is a beautiful collection of moments that define you and will tell your story. Look around at your family and friends and take a mental snapshot. This will be one of those vivid moments that will be like a photograph in your minds. Avery cherished every moment in life, especially those spent with her peers. Life works in ways we may never understand, but one thing we know is she was incredibly proud to be part of this class and to have so many of her significant life moments shared with all of you. We too are incredibly proud of all of you, and you will forever hold a special place in our hearts. Congratulations, and best of luck to all. I want to thank the Zaleskis for allowing me to share that message, and now I just have a few more thoughts for you. Class of 2023, I have watched all of you come together and truly make the most of your time in high school. As you wrapped up your junior year and became seniors, I have marveled in the leadership you have brought to the building and the examples you have set for the rest of the school. This spring, I've had the opportunity to come full circle with this class. Our new portfolio requirement gave me the chance to sit with almost every one of you to hear about your time at LSM and your plans for the future. I will admit that I'm still amazed by how many Olivias there are. In these meetings, you shared how much you gained from your civic action projects, the month of spending experience, the bear management solutions, and a huge variety of research topics you investigated at the end of Mr. Kramputz's AP US History class. In these meetings, I also learned that several members of the class of 2023 have studied dance for years and rehearsed for hours after school. I heard about experiences at Model UN and the connections this led to students around the US and the world. You shared with me Eagle Scout projects, work experiences, and how art and music have provided an outlet for your creativity. It was also wonderful to hear about the wide variety of colleges you are excited to attend, jobs you are ready to begin, or when your military training will start. While your 4 years of high school may not have gone as anticipated back in 2019, I know you all leave here tonight more prepared to take on anything the world may throw at you. You are a unique class. This became clear to me last Thursday morning when I got in my car to leave for school. And as part of your senior prank, I found a group of you camped out on my front lawn. Once I knew none of you had been eaten by bears, it was trash pickup day in the neighborhood, which I don't think you knew. I enjoyed taking a picture with you at 4:15 a.m. I think you were also surprised I was leaving for school at 4:15 a.m. The memory of seeing you bonding together and sharing that with me was one I will always remember. And now, Superintendent Theory, having met all the needed requirements for graduation, I am very proud to present to you the very special class of 2023.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, class of 2023. I'd like to begin by offering my sincere gratitude to the families and friends of the members of the class of 2023. You've played an important role in the success of our graduates, and we are grateful for your ongoing support. Tonight is first and foremost about our graduates, so it is my honor to offer my most sincere congratulations to the members of the class of 2023. You have not only persisted through historically difficult times, you have grown, you have thrived, and you have succeeded, because you would not tolerate anything less for yourselves. I will keep my remarks brief, because once again, Mr. Rao has set me up to follow 3 brilliant students and then himself, and that is just a no-win situation. However, as superintendent, I would like to offer a few words of advice. Graduates across the country at this time of year are told by speakers to go forth and find what they love and pursue it. That is good advice, and I hope that you follow it. But the advice I'm sharing tonight is go forth and find the thing you dislike, that you think is wrong, that you disagree with, and change that. My advice to you on how to do this echoes back to what you may have been told in kindergarten. By the way, I loved your graduation walk through your elementary schools this week. That was so special. And your kindergarten teachers and your first grade teachers all chatted to me all week long about how much it meant to them to see you. Anyways, back to kindergarten. In kindergarten, when you threw your pencil, or tore your paper, or smashed your Play-Doh out of frustration, you were probably told something like, when you want to change something, use your words. Use your words, use them wisely, and use them well. To make change in the world, use your words to comfort, not to hurt. To unite, and not divide. Use your words to persuade, not attack. And to share your experience, not to take away the wisdom and experience of others. I'm sad to see you leave, and yet I'm excited to have you move on to the world beyond Lewis Mills. I am certain that you are more than ready, and I am even more certain that the world is ready for you. It's not only ready for you, it needs you. The future will be better because you have the passion, vision, empathy, and commitment to make the necessary changes, to find creative solutions to the difficult problems, and to never settle for less than leaving your community, wherever that may be, a better place than you found it. So the diplomas are coming now, and when they're done, go on. Get out of here. Go make the world a better place. Congratulations, class of 2023. I wish you all the success and happiness you deserve.
All right, we have reached that time. The speeches are done. Let's hand out some diplomas. All right, a couple of quick notes before we begin. First of all, for those that have looked over the program, we have some new designations this year. I just want to point them out and explain them a little bit. There are 4 different little symbols that might appear next to students' names. One is for National Honor Society. That has always been a part of our tradition here at Lewis Mills. One of the new ones is the bilingual seal. This is the first class that had the opportunity to take special tests to prove that they could speak not only English, but another world language, and score very highly on those tests. So we congratulate those students that have been recognized as achieving the bilingual seal. And then our final two categories are new as well. When Mrs. Adi reads the names tonight, she will also be including both distinction and high distinction. Students that are being recognized as graduating with distinction are graduating in the top 10% of their class, and students that are going to be recognized with high distinction are graduating in the top 5% of the class. And now, without further ado, I call to the podium my Associate Principal, Mrs. Jennifer Adi, to read the names.
Chad Jackson Cassidy. James Michael Grigorzik. Jordan Claire Anderson. Patrick William O'Regan. Olivia Joy Ciccarelli. Alexis Jane Ozariki with high distinction. Alyssa Nicole Alexander.
Yeah, that's right.
Bridget Therese Andros. Victoria Ann Andros. Nicholas Paul Atkins. Carly Catherine Bashand. Ava Rose Beach. Amelia Grace Elizabeth Bollier. Julia Elizabeth Begley. Caitlin Mackenzie Bell with high distinction. Thomas Joseph Benvenuto. Kira Grace Bernatich. Kiana Marie Belaya. Michaela Ann Boucher. Elizabeth Lane Buchanan. Jesse Leon Byrne. Quinn Huntley Cahill. Joseph Allen Caraballo. Isabella Catherine Caruso. Lauren Rebecca Clark with high distinction. Jilly Marie Colapicho. Madison Michelle Conlon. Jester Conlon. Jordan May Corral. Eleni Marie Curran. Ian Frederick Cutland Markowitz. Jason Davey. Tyler Allen Day. Tucker Daniel Delaney. Olivia Elizabeth Deloso. Jonathan Paul DeMeo. Peyton Jill Desjardins. Mackenzie Lee Joyce Dingwell. Evan Dominic Doherty. Connor Patrick Drown. Jacob Matthew Dumont. Alexa Mora Emery. Emma Abney Fallon. Max Andrew Farron with high distinction. Logan Vincent Fazio. Cameron Xavier Fisher. Lila Christine Foley. Jordan Danilo Fortunato. Joseph David Franciamori with high distinction. Trey Robert Gagne. Sarah Lynn Gallagher. Kyle Lucas Galvin. Amelia Rose Gowick. Mark Robert Gazdovich. Brandon Gervais. Robert Richard Gianetta. Olivia Grace Gamula with distinction. Jacob Lee Hall. John Luca Hall. Samantha Kate Hall. Tess Teresa Hartunian. Ian Riley Henry. Thomas Hoffman. Brianna Lee Hogan. Lindsay Shawlee Holden. Holland Bailey Howard. Thomas John Howlett. Abigail E. Jankowski. Michael Liam Johnson. Devin Michael Jones. Zachary John Jones. Christina Louise Capros. Alex Richard Kedzior. Alan Joseph Kennedy. Patrick Joseph Kiernan. Alexis Rose Kiliani. Jacob Kitka. Amanda Catherine Kucharski. Olivia Faith Lapierre. Cameron Robert LeBlanc. Samantha Teresa Lefebvre with distinction. Jacob Edward Lynette with distinction. Sage Lockery. Jacob Lajewski. Jaden Patrick Longden. Hunter Allen Makowitz. Justin Thomas Madalena. Allison Marie Mador. Alyssa Nicole Maiga. Cassandra Helen Martinati. Nicole Elise Mescalo. Lola Sage Mediello. Joshua Michael Nazar. Mackenzie Olivia Mazurowski with distinction. Connor James McAtee. Kaylin Grace McFadden. McGowan. Jordan Lawrence Mashad with high distinction. Brian David Miller. Mason Gamo Miller. Olivia Elizabeth Miller. Meredith Marion Mishke. Noah Davis Moriarty. Jocelyn Elisa Munson. Shane Robert Murray with high distinction. Angela Teresa Nadu. Ian Alfred Nanowski. Gabriel John Nelson. Michael Jesse Palin. Evan David Panuto. Morgan Nicole Pease. Ella Marie Pelletier. Benjamin Maxwell Politz. Christopher Wayne Porter. Adam Joseph Presfair. James Finn Putko. Ryan Charles Quinn. Luke James Reeder. Kelly Amber Reed. Benjamin Michael Rowenko. Abigail Victoria Robbins. James Christopher Robin. David George Roberts. Elias Blaine Roderick. Rafael Ruben Rodriguez. Cole Thomas Renaulter. Mariah Adrian Russo. Nicole Rose Sanfilippo. Jonathan Andrew Cheevy. Sadie L. Sikorsky. Benjamin Douglas Simons. Gabriela Sloka. Crystal Kimna Soar. Adam Jason Stang. Jack Robert Stanislaw with distinction. Jordan Scott Suckley. Tegan Marjorie Sullivan with distinction. Ashlyn Taylor Surian with high distinction. Casper Max Switkowski. Gala Inez Suerta. Logan Daniel Sylvester. Daniel Talbot. Nathan Robert Talbot. Yana Telnoff. Lindsay Adia Throw. Catherine Elizabeth Thibault. Viviana Fong Lang Vi Tran. Jaden Ruth Ubides. Anthony James Weems. Cameron Anthony Wilson. Erin Emily Wynn. Andrew Francis Wright with distinction. Olivia Jane Zahara. Christopher Thomas Zelensky. Gabriella Marie Zeller with distinction. Paige Christine Zimmerman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2023. We have one more thing to do. I'd like to call Chad Cassidy to the front of the stage. Graduates, please stand up. Try to move this out onto the street. If I could ask,
Literally.
yeah, this I can ask everybody in the audience to please remain seated, or you can stand, but please remain where you are while the graduates recess. You can meet them outside. The street will be closed off for the next hour, so you can take pictures and all greet each other and celebrate. The teachers are going to lead the class out, so teachers, if you would stand. And graduates, get ready to recess. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.